Hi guys, welcome back to my channel SILLIFORTWO. It's Sonia here, and today's video will be a look using the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. It's an absolutely lovely, gorgeous palette with all the right colors, all the right pinks and purples and browns and glitters and shimmers for a really nice luxurious look, I would say. And I've tried them before. I've tried them a bit, but I haven't had the palette for too long. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I thought I would create a look for you guys because I know most of the looks that I've been doing on here on my Instagram are a bit more colorful and a bit more out there, and I think maybe not as accessible for your everyday life. I think for me it's perfectly acceptable with the line of work that I do, but I think if you're in a more corporate environment and you need something that's a bit more acceptable there, I thought I'd create something a bit more simple and sleek because I do love that look, and I just can never decide between something a bit more nude and browny and super colorful and out there. It's the same with my clothes. I can never decide. I think the only thing where I know that I'm keeping it a bit more classy and cool are my earrings or my jewelry in general. I'd like to keep it quite simple, even though I have quite a lot of piercings. I like to keep them quite small and neat and just have a few dangles here and there. And sometimes have like the odd big earring or a bigger necklace every now and then. But in general, I keep those quiet, and then the rest of my being a bit louder sometimes. But I think it's just a great way of expressing yourself, and I'm all about that. So I'm going to start with the concealer base that is in there. It's like kind of a creamy texture just to set your lid all over and prepare it for the rest of the eyeshadows that I'll be using. I'm just going to use my finger because I think that's the easiest. There's a mirror in the palette that I'll be utilizing so I can see myself, because I'm just going to layer a really thin layer of the base on my eyelids, because I feel like if I have too many bases and primers and concealer and powder and all of the things that you put on before you even start doing your makeup, or I mean it's all part of your makeup before you start putting on eyeshadow, that sometimes, especially for a long day, it can start to crease, and obviously I don't want that. I want a look where it doesn't crease, so I'm trying to just create like a really light base. A couple of brushes here, Real Techniques. I think I bought a Sephora brushes collection where I'm using a few from, and then some really old ones, but basic blending brushes, a bit bigger ones. And now it's starting to hail. Welcome to London and enjoy the sound. Yeah, this is what happens when you film in a conservatory. And now it's over. So I'm gonna use the color Bear all over my lid, just to basically using it as a setting powder to set the concealed shadow, or like the concealer base. And I'm just gonna put it all around my eyes. So it turns out the hail was actually pretty bad, so I had to stop filming for a bit. Not too long, thank God. Yeah, so let's continue. So I haven't really planned anything. I'm just gonna look at the colors and then kind of figure out on the way what I want to do, because that's kind of how I do my makeup in the mornings as well. I get inspired by something that I'm wearing, or there's an eyeshadow or eyeliner that I really wanted to try, and then I just create something on the go. I've seen something on Instagram from other makeup artists, and that just mainly inspires me, and that's really how I do my makeup in the morning, because I don't want to do, because if I feel like if I plan something ahead, it would take me that much longer to recreate exactly what I've seen, and I don't have the time for that. And obviously if I'm creating this look, you're going to try to recreate it, which I would love to see, obviously. But all I'm saying is that you can just use the colors that you have and just play around with it and just be inspired with what you see, instead of trying to recreate the exact same thing. I mean, sometimes it's fun and I do that as well, but I think for a look like that, it's just more an inspiration. Be like, oh, I could use that color, yeah, and then I just blend it in a bit, and that's it. And there are a couple of colors I haven't used, which look really nice to me. And so I'm gonna continue with the color called Lace. And it's really a light, oh yeah, it's a beautiful color. I'm just gonna put it into my crease just a little bit, because I know the Huda Beauty colors are super intense, so they might look quite simple or not as pigmented, but I know from experience now that they are. So I'm going to be really careful by building, just to kind of see where I'm going with the look. Yeah, and the key for a look like that is that you want to blend a lot. There's a lot of blending involved in this, and a lot of slowly building colors step by step. Next up, I'm going to use the color Spank, which is a really nice berry color. And I'm just setting this on the outer edges of my eye. And I'm going to mix it with a Love Bite, which is this deeper purple. And just building like a really subtle wing with it. And then I can just use the same brush that I've used before to blend it all in. And then to make it really nice and even, I just want to build the intensity a bit more. And that's kind of the aim here anyways, to just slowly build up color. Kind of like where this is going. Next I'm going to use a creamier, a bit shiny color called Kinky, and just place it in the crease here. Just a tiny bit to add a bit of drama, because who doesn't love a bit of drama? And again, the key here is to slowly build the color, and you can use kind of interuse the 3 or 4 brushes that you're using, or that I'm using here. I'm just because you kind of want to blend the colors into each other, so it doesn't really, you don't need to use a fresh brush every single time, because you're blending all the colors together. And if you're using just a like minimal color, you can might as well just use the same 2 or 3 brushes to blend everything together. And that way it also helps blend the colors together, which is essentially what you want. And next I'm going to use the color Daydream, which is one of the really, really nice glittery colors. Oh, it actually breaks my heart a bit to use them and smudge them all together, but look at this shine. can see this. It's so beautiful. And just place it on the moving lid. To create a bit of shimmer here. And it's quite a white undertone, which I think I want to get rid of. So I'm going to play around and see what I can do to kind of get rid of that a bit. So I like that, but I think I want it a bit darker. So there's another shimmery color, which is so lovely as well, which I'm going to use a bit more. And that's so there's another shimmery color, which I also really like, called Fantasy. So I'm going to use that a bit more in the outer corner of my eye, because I don't want the white to be too intense there, but I do want a bit of shimmer. The next color I'll be using is the color called Raw, because I think I can use a bit more drama, yes, on the outer edge of my eye. And just build up a little and then blend it all in. And then see what that looks like. Because I think those colors, if you go a bit more into the browns and the pinks, the purples, goes really, really nice. Goes really, really well with brown eyes, hazily eyes. Essentially it goes well with every eye color, but I think it really accentuates brown eyes well. So, and I just took a bit of the same color and just gonna pop it underneath as well. And then I'm gonna use a bit of the color called Charmed, which is also a shimmery tone, and just place it underneath the lower lash line as well, to create a bit of a shimmer effect, the corner of my eye. So with these looks, I feel it's easiest to do both eyes at the same time. In general, I find it really hard doing one eye and then say, okay, so this is what my eye, so this is my eye and this is what I will make my other eye look like. And I find that really difficult. So I tend to do both eyes at the same time, but I would just talk you through one and then you kind of see the progression on the other side in the meantime, when you hear me talk. So there's one more color I wanted to add, and I just added here a bit. It's called Infatuated, and I'm just going to add it to the middle of my moving lid. And it's one of those, it's almost like a loose glitter pigment. So with this one, what you want to do is dab it as opposed to, so you kind of just want to push the glitter on the lid. And I think doing that just creates just that little bit more drama. So I just put on a bit of mascara, and then I'm gonna just do a bit of bronzer and highlight blush, that sort of thing, with the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette. So I'll be using the Tahiti for the bronze effect. So, because all I have on is just a bit of concealer and no other bases or anything like that, no contouring. But with this look, I just want to warm up my face a bit on the high points and really go in there. And I think this is a really nice palette to create that really sun-kissed, nice and warm look, and it goes really well with my eye look that I just did. And then for the blush, I'm using Zanzibar. Just like a pinky color, just to flush up my cheeks. give my pale face a bit of summer. And then to top it off with a bit of highlight on top of my cheeks is the color Seychelles. I just want to accentuate a bit on the bridge of the nose, the tip, and the Cupid's bow, which I think is probably... Oh, now the sun is coming out. Because I usually like to shoot just the corner of my eye as well. Oh! Excuse me, but... Thank you, sun. This is perfect timing because I'm about to finish the look and now you can see it in its full glory. And I hope you can see really the intensity of the glitter. And then I'm gonna finish up with Huda Beauty as well. I'm doing all Huda Beauty today. Lip contour and liquid matte, both in Trophy Wife. So this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're gonna try it as well and inspires you a bit to try something like this. I'm in love, also really in love with the fact that the sun just came out to really show off the gorgeousness of all of this, the glory, that's what I want to say. Yeah. I could just sit here for a while. I hope to see you guys next time. Leave a comment. Please tell me what you think. And I hope it inspires you. And I hope you also notice that my earring just casually matches my eye look. Slightly on purpose.